He is. He's cool.
So today, tell us, you kind of did like an overall workout, like a depletion thing.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be doing a photo shoot here, so you didn't do like a full workout. But go ahead and talk about each movement you did, bud. What you remember and what you like about each movement.
Whenever I choose movements, I kind of jumped around a little bit, but generally when I choose movements, simplicity is key. I found with myself and then with also the clients that I train, the simpler the movement, the better it is for the body. You try to do too many things at one point in time, it's like multitasking. Say you're a college student, you have 4 papers you need to write, and you're trying to write all 4 at one time. Are you going to write each one as good as you can at the same time as if you could, if you just did it separately? Probably not. So simplicity is key. The movements, I emphasize parts of my body that I feel are lagging, whether it be upper chest, rhomboids, if you want to say rhomboids are a weak point on me, rear delts, hamstrings, like RDLs, for example. I like Romanian deadlifts, stiff-legged deadlifts over conventional because I can feel way more of a stretch. I can engage my core a lot better. I don't have set movements that I do religiously. What I do is I have body parts that I feel I need to work on, parts of those body parts that need more work than others, and I choose exercises based off of the part of the muscle group that needs work the most.
Okay.
So, like, for example, this prep leading into nationals, I took it easy on back and arms. I laid off that a lot. I put a lot more emphasis on my delts and my hamstrings. I felt like they were lagging, and I wanted to create that balanced overall look. I didn't want to have one body part sticking out that was, okay, this guy's got huge arms, but you know he's lagging glutes, or he's got a massive chest, but he's got no lats. I didn't want that to be the case for my culture. I'm trying to do big things with bodybuilding. I'm starting with myself and leading by example.
That's very cool. Go ahead and talk a little bit, we're talking off camera, but about your diet, and that yours is different, what works for you, and how you like it, as opposed to the traditional or standard.
Traditional standards, you have your 4 to 6 meals a day. You got your plain jasmine rice, your chicken breast, whatever greens, sweet potatoes, and you kind of cycle back through in tilapia. I did do that for a while. I did it at first. I got bored of it quick. I did it. I saw results. Wasn't a fan. It took the enjoyment out of it. It took the fun out of the aspect of bodybuilding, why I'm doing this. So I switched it up. I don't actually have a set meal plan anymore. I have macros that I have to hit. I have food sources that I know are healthy that I choose from. Fast digesting carbs, slow digesting carbs, different protein sources. Here's one that blows people's mind. I don't eat chicken. I just don't eat chicken anymore. I prefer ground turkey. Ground turkey, lean beef, goat, bison, antelope. Those are my primary meat sources. Eggs, egg whites.
So what was the reason with the chicken? Mud just didn't agree with you, or you just didn't feel like it was for you?
I just stopped liking it, honestly. I did things to make this sport more enjoyable for myself. And by doing so, people would say that, yeah, if you're going to be eating these different food sources outside of just your strict, plain, basic oats, that you're not going to achieve the results that you can. Not true at all. I have instant, artificially flavored Quaker oats a couple times a week. I have Kodiak cakes the week of the show. I don't do cardio. Period. I just don't do cardio. I don't like it. I did enough of it when I was in the Army. I'm not doing it again unless I absolutely have to. And that's kind of my philosophy on dieting and needing to do cardio. Is just because this works for me doesn't mean it's going to work for everybody, and I know that. And I'm not telling everybody to do this and it's going to work. What I'm saying is this works for me, and I couldn't be happier that I'm doing it in this fashion. Just about figuring out what your body likes, what your body doesn't like, and working with your body. Me, my body loves carbs. It loves sugar. It does not like fat. I'll keep my fats lower, but I'll have sugary items here and there. It's not typical for me to hit 100 to 130 grams of sugar a day. Most people would think that that's just horrible. By daily average standards, it is, but it's not affecting me negatively in any way, shape, or form. And I enjoy it. I enjoy my Pop-Tart after I get done working out. And the meal plan itself, I don't even have a set number of meals. You know, every time I ingest food, that's a meal. Whether it be one shake, whether it be, you know, I have 4 shakes and then 3 actual meals of real food. That's 7 meals right there. Sometimes I'll have 7, sometimes I'll have 3. But the goal for me, at least, is always 3 meals. Now, being a personal trainer, running my own business, my schedule changes like that. So I don't always have the luxury of being able to eat at a certain time every day of the week. It just doesn't work like that for me. So, adapt and overcome. My method of adapting and overcoming was doing what I'm doing now. Just kind of piecing it together, choosing nutritious, healthy options, making sure I hit the right amount of macros, and then that's it. As far as the not doing cardio aspect, I work out fast and hard and rigorous. Sometimes I'll do 2 a days, 2 or 3 times a week. And sometimes I'll even do a 3-day once or twice a week. I work out with myself. I work out with my clients. This is what works for me, and I'm enjoying every second of it. It's awesome. Honestly, I love it.
Go ahead and tell us a little bit about how you got interested in bodybuilding, Bud, and then how you transitioned into the military, and then how that helped you as you came out of the military.
It's actually a fun story for me to tell. How I got into bodybuilding is that fatigue, the endorphin release in your brain. It was like a drug. It was a great feeling. It didn't hurt anybody. It didn't hurt anything. And it only helped literally every aspect of my life. I walked out of there feeling better. See, I was pissed off that day. I was sad, something. Whatever mentality I had, whatever mindset I had walking into the gym, it was shifted by the time I walked out when I got done working out. And that was the real hook, line, and sinker, was the feeling that I got when I got out of here. I was doing something physical and I was accomplishing my dreams at the same time. It doesn't get any better than that to me. The physicality progressed into the military. Straight out of high school, I joined active duty, zings. You hear people screaming, you see smoke, fire. That changes a person. And what that did to me is it took a small spark and they created a nuclear explosion, essentially. Because now I was able to use another energy source. One thing I found out when I was in the Army was, in those situations, I don't cower. I don't get scared. And I'm not saying this to sound like a badass. This is just like a kind of reality of it. I got angry. I literally got angry. I was shaking. I remember the first time we took contact, I didn't get scared at all. I got immediately, it was one of the strongest rages I've ever felt. But I channeled it into doing what I needed to do as an infantryman with the 101st Airborne, the Rakkasans specifically. That allowed me to channel anger and take emotions that are inside of me, bring it to the gym, utilize it in a healthy fashion, and again, progress towards my goals. Yeah. So it's like everything kind of worked out perfectly. It was like the perfect storm, putting everything together that led me to this path, which I believe is my destiny. This is what I'm meant to do with my life. It's a weird, strong feeling, and it's been a ride, and I can't wait to see where it goes from here.
How old are you now, bud?
I'm 30 now. I'll be 31 in 12 days.
Okay. Wow.
So November 14th. I got a lot of time, but
You've done a lot in your age already.
I have, and I recognize this, and I'm thankful for it, because without the life experience that I have, I would not be able to do what I can today. I would not have the same mindset that I have today. Drive, purpose, motivation, logic, reasoning. communication skills, leadership quality. Everything happens for a reason, and it's up to you to choose what you do with that situation. You either learn from it or you can cave. Something I tell all my military buddies when they have issues: you got two choices. You're going to live and you're going to die. Which one's it going to be? Do you want to die? I don't think so. So do what you got to do and live. It's that easy. So
Did when you're deployed like that, are you able to work out and stuff? Like, I mean,
it depends on the unit and where you're at and what part of the country. So yes and no. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. When I was in Afghanistan, our AO, which is Area of Operations, it changed halfway through deployment. Deployment is 1 year long. So for the first 6 months, we were in a spot that was relatively built up and established. They had porta johns. It wasn't too different from being outside the United States at like a rest stop. It's just massive with airstrips. Now, when we switched AOs, went to a different place, we were the first American troops there. So we had to build our base from the ground up. That was different. There's no time to lift weights. But I still did. You know what I did? Was I took tent poles and I fashioned sandbags at the end of each tent pole, and I would do workouts like that.